Plus Realty. Today, I have the pleasure of speaking to Jessica Day from Jessica Lynn Coaching in Manasquan. Thank you for joining me, Jessica.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. What can you tell us about Jessica Lynn Coaching?
So, Jessica Lynn Coaching is a seminar and professional coaching company that I've started. Like you said, I'm based out of Manasquan. Everything that I do is virtual, which is really great, makes it super convenient for all of my clients. But really, the focus of the business is to support ambitious men and women overcome, that limitation of self-doubt, so they can really rediscover what it is, that they're passionate about and go after those goals and those dreams. So particularly now, we're in February, we're at the beginning of the year, and a lot of people set out to set goals for themselves. And a lot of times people, they get tripped up and they don't really know which direction to go. So I help people kind of discover that and move forward.
Great. And I know, I'm sure some of the goals people have are things where you need to be outside, or, it's snowing out, so it's cold and dreary. So it kind of like sets you back on that. I always say, okay, well, not today. Well, I'll just start it tomorrow.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's great to have somebody like you that can help break through mental blocks, or even just get somebody off that next level that they're kind of stumbling at getting towards.
Exactly, exactly. It's really about, a lot of times we don't know what we don't know. So you may be struggling and you're not really sure why, right? There's something that you really want, but you don't know why you won't go, there's something stopping you. And I help people identify what that is. A lot of times there is a mental block, there's something going on. And I work with my clients to really uncover what that is and then set realistic goals so they can achieve that. And when there's external factors, like maybe it's cold outside, there's ways around that, of course. But for me, it's like the passion of getting people to light up when they see that there is potential for them to achieve their goals.
Sure. I think sometimes it's better. I think we don't want to think we don't know something, or sometimes we don't want, sometimes there's a hard conversation or something that needs to be said, and that leads through, to a, achieving a new level or something. And it's fantastic that somebody like you was there to, I'm sure it's difficult sometimes to tell somebody something, but you have to unfortunately get to that next level,
Yeah.
things need to be said.
It's funny that you're saying that because I joke that I'm a tough love coach, because what I love, what I'm really good at is I make really great observations. So I'm like a super keen listener, and I listen for cues that people actually give off themselves. And I just make observations. So it's funny, a lot of times we actually, we know what's best for us, but until somebody says it back to you, you don't always see it. And so it's almost like this, I act as like a clarity coach for people. It's like, let me call you out on your
Right.
stuff and tell you what you need to do. And for me, it's really exciting. And I work one-on-one with people through this coaching process. And I also do speaking engagements. Like I'm actually collaborating right now with some organizations in the community to offer like virtual talks on confidence and courage, and really just discovering like how you can live your ultimate life, like your ultimate dream life that you really want. So it's really fun for me. I enjoy it.
That's great. What are your typical clients? Are they all Fortune 500 companies? Who are you looking to help?
Yeah, so for me, it's really about, I don't discriminate against anybody. The amazing thing about the coaching process is that it's relevant to anyone with any sort of, dilemma that they might be facing. But for me, I love to work with ambitious people, men and women who, they have goals, right? They know that they want something more for themselves, whether they're a mom who's just been this amazing mom for 18 years, and now they want to rediscover who they are. They've stopped focusing on their passions because they've just been focusing on their kids, which is understandable. And now they're ready to take it to that next step and rediscover what they want. So I work with moms, I work with business owners who are trying to take their business to the next level, but for whatever reason, perhaps they're just running into these blocks, whether it's communication with their team, whether it's maybe a fear of failure, right? I mean,
Sure.
we all experience that. So I also work with young adults who just graduated from college, who they're not really sure where they want to go, and maybe they have a degree in something and they feel stuck. So I help them identify what their values are and what, help them set intentions so they can really live with purpose and start their career off on the right foot. So for me, it's all about identifying your values, setting intentions for yourself, and really living with purpose. And I think all of us can value, see value in that. I mean, I myself have a coach too. So, it's always great to have someone who can hold you accountable and really call you out.
That's great. And for my real estate, I have a coach as well, of somebody that, again, calls me out on things. And he's like, listen, I'm sorry if I'm going to be mean, and I say, no, it needs to be said, then say it. But you said something I think is so important is, we think that you have to be in your 30s or 40s and professional. I think there's a lot of stuff I wish I would have done when I had first gotten out of college, or had guidance, when I had first gotten out of college, to maybe, so you don't spin your wheels as much. Like you said, develop or understand your worth. So I think, even like you're saying with college kids, that could be a fantastic idea, because a lot of these kids, when they come out, maybe have an idea of what they want to do, but don't know how to particularly get there, or understand what their actual worth is within a company, their place in the company, of course, and their worth in the company, but also to kind of, help them get some traction and get moving.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's where I was when I graduated from college. I had a degree and I got a job, and I honestly, I hated it. And I felt
We've all been there.
Yeah. And I was so stuck, and I felt so stuck in this job for so long, because I felt like, okay, well, this is where I am. This is where I'm supposed to be.
You have to
right?
be
Like,
there. Yeah.
yeah, like everybody in your life tells you, this is where you're supposed to go. This is the next step you're supposed to take. And that's another big part of it, is really overcoming those outside influencers. Like, of course you want to listen to your parents, of course you want to listen to your friends or your spouse or whoever it may be, and you respect them. But at the same time, it's important for you to recognize what's important to you, what you value, and to follow that. Because the truth is, none of us are going to be successful if we're living for other people. And so many of us live for other people because, we don't want to upset people. We don't want to hurt their feelings. We don't want to start an argument. And so we tolerate a lot. And and no matter who you are, what level you're at, we all do that because we're human. And I come in and I help you identify what you're tolerating and what it is that you want, so you can go after it, and so you have clarity, and then there's no fear. You have the confidence, and you don't have that guilt either, right? Like, we all have guilt. So, and guilt does nothing for us.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, I think it's fantastic, what you're doing. Why don't you tell people how they can get a hold of you?
Sure. So if you're on social media, the best way to stay in touch with me would be on Instagram, and you can find me at Jessica Lynn Coaching. And you can also go to my website, which is jessicalyncoaching.com. And then if you want to contact me directly, you can send me an email, which is probably the best way. It's coach@jessicalynday.com. And I'm always on there, and I'd love to connect with people. So even if you have a question about what I'm talking about, send me a note. We can set up a call. I love to do complimentary calls with people just so they learn a little bit more about what it is that I do. I understand that, sometimes people are like, huh, you do coaching? What is that? So
it's sometimes easier to break the ice through Facebook or a message or something like that. Absolutely.
Yeah. And on Facebook too, just Jessica Lynn Coaching. You can find my page. I do Facebook Live events every week, and I provide tips and just, some insight into how you can be courageous and, live a life that, matters to you. So.
And I think everybody should go. We were just talking before the interview about your website and your portion, the About tab. And I know when you really opened up about yourself, it hit home on a lot of things that I was as well. So it's good to see other people have the same type of feelings, are breaking through to do great things as well. So I hope people go check out your website, because it really is great. But I thank you for joining me today, Jessica.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. I can't wait to connect with the community. Thank you for this opportunity.
You're welcome. Thank you. If you would like to be interviewed like Jessica was today, please hit the request to be interviewed button, or you can reach out to me directly. But again, Jessica, thank you so much and good luck.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.